For this video, you're supposed to take a moment or a scene from my life that reflects one from the book, but I'm unable to do that because this book was so entirely fiction that even though it was set in New York City, there's no moment or scene that I've experienced the way it happens. But I do have relationships that are similar to the ones in the story. Specifically, the relationship between Aislinn, who is Staten Island, and Arlie, who is the woman in white, aka the enemy. There are three scenes that relate to how our relationship is similar and the dynamics that they have with each other. So the first scene where Arlie and Aislinn interact with each other or they meet each other, Arlie is using that as a chance to manipulate Aislinn because she realizes that because Aislinn is an island, as a borough, she can't affect her right away. She can't make her part of her team right away. She has to lower her defenses. And to do that, she preys on her weaknesses, like the fact that she thinks she's stupid, the fact that she thinks nobody likes her. Those are her weaknesses. And so Arlie, what she does is she preys on those and she brings her down and she weakens her so that Aislinn feels sad and feels lonely, and Arlie can swoop in and save her and make her feel better about herself and make her happy again and this and that and yada yada yada. Interaction is very similar to an interaction I had with my mother I think a week ago, where I was meeting with her and we were at a store, and we were talking about stuff, and she proceeded to talk to me about how I'm changed, I'm different. And the reason I'm different is because everybody all my life has been tearing me down and telling me things and that I can't trust anybody. And she's using my weaknesses, which is me feeling ostracized and me feeling like people don't like me and me feeling alone, which are things that I care about, to weaken me so she can feel like the one who is there to save me and swoop in. Make me feel like everybody around me, people who I live with, are kind of against me and preying on my downfall. And that she is the only one who is there to save me, to help me, to make sure that I do better. Which is very similar to what Arlie is doing to Aislinn. Of course, this is just one instance of how the relationship between my mom and me is similar to the one between Aislinn and Arlie, because there are others. There are other scenes, like around the end of their book, where Aislinn pushes everybody away so she can feel finally alone, and that causes her to feel so exhausted and tired, and Arlie swoops in at that moment to save her once again and says, look, see, we're friends forever, aren't we? And it's us against the whole universe, right? And then she proceeds to make her a part of her team by Natasha here. When I say make a part of group or make part of team, I'm referring to this thing that Arlie does, where she has superpowers, and she can like touch people and then put a little thing on them to make them like her type of people, to stop making them whatever type of people, they're humans, to like her kind. And she does that to Aislinn. Like, it's implied that she does that to Aislinn at the end of the thing. That sudden sharp sting is her touching her back, making sure she has one of those spirally thingies to make her one of the people. She succeeded in manipulating her. And that's similar to a time where I was really, really, really upset, and nobody in my family could help me with this because they can't. This was not something that they caused. This is just something that they were there for, and they're the people I live around. And so my mom called me and was like, hey, what's up? What's going on? Oh, it's okay. Let me calm you down. Let me reassure you, the same way Arlie does for Aislinn. Like, oh, let me reassure you. Let me calm you down. Hey, it's okay. I'm here for you. Yada, yada, yada. And then uses those as points to see, look, now I'm on your side, and now that you seem to trust me, now I can properly use you. Now I can properly go in and be part of your life again. Now I can make you a part of my team. I've succeeded in manipulating you. But what is funny about both of those scenes my personal experience and hers, Iceland's experience, is the fact that the only reason we were in those situations that caused us so much stress was something that the other person did. Arlie, the reason why Iceland was pushing everybody away and feeling exhausted was because of Arlie's manipulation in the first place. If Arlie didn't approach her and try to make her part of her team and make her distrust everybody, Iceland would have been fine. Iceland was willing to go and become part of the group and become part of the other boroughs to make New York City a full thing. But Iceland didn't, because Iceland was all like, none of you guys are actually my friends and none of you guys like me, and you guys came here to insult me, even though the reason they insulted her was because she was working with the enemy. So it's like both sides are both wrong and right at the same time. Similar to how the reason why I was having distress at that moment was because of something that my mom gave me. My mom gave me a gift, and I tried to use it, and it broke, basically. And I didn't know what I was doing, and it made me feel many insecurities that I thought I buried. And no one can help me with that because that's not the gift that they gave me. It was something she gave me that caused me distress. And then and that's why I'm feeling the way I did. If I never got that in the first place, would I be feeling the same way? That's a question that you have to ask. If Arlie never interacted with Iceland at that time, would Iceland feel the same way she felt? There's a good chance probably wouldn't, which is important. It's important to take note that these situations that we're in are because of someone else, and now they want to help and clean us up, and we're just falling more and more victim to them. The last scene with the relationship between Iceland and Arlie is at the very end of the story. Arlie takes her city and plants it on top of Staten Island. And you can use that as an example of how Arlie has nowhere to go. She already came here, she moved all of her stuff, she moved all her people. She is trying to save them. And she has nowhere to go. So she's using Iceland for her stuff. And she's using her. But at this point, my mom is not Arlie. I am Arlie. Because I am also using my mom. I'm using her for the emotional support that I don't feel comfortable depending on everybody else in my family for. I'm using her as a scapegoat for when I have frustrations with people. And I'm using her for money. I'm using her for outgoing, I'm using her for food. I am using her, technically, because I'm still keeping in contact with her for the things that she gives me. She gives me a place where I can share my secrets. She gives me a place where I can get fundings for other stuff. She gives me these things that I wouldn't have normally. And because she gives them to me, I am like, Abe, I'm using that. I'm keeping on and I'm letting her talk to me more and contact me and this and this and this and this and this because I know what she can give me. Which is to how Arlie is clinging on to Iceland because she knows that Iceland can give her a stable home or a place for her city to inhabit and live in. And that's how we're both using the other people in our lives. Like, we are taking what we need from them under the guise of friendship or family or anything else. Iceland needs a friend. Arlie can be that. My mom wants a daughter. I can be that daughter. Also I can argue that my mom is also being Arlie by holding on to me and providing me what I need, because I still need a mom. I have a mom-sized hole in my heart, and I still need her because she's been part of my life for like 13 years. So she's providing me that as long as I stay in contact with her or call her or talk to her or participate in conversations that part of me does not want to have because of how much I'm still hurting. But My mom also could be like, no, that's not what's going on. So, because I'm not my mom, I'm just me. So that's how my relationship with my mom is very similar to the one between Arlai and Iceland. It's not a perfect one. It's not a relationship that's, I mean, Arlai and Iceland's relationship started off not with good intentions. Arlai approached Iceland with not pure intention. She had a goal that she succeeded in and completed. But there's scenes between them that remind me of the emotions that I feel. Like the emotions that Iceland and Arlai have, they're similar to emotions that I have when it comes to my mother. The way that Iceland is all like, I feel kind of small, but I have to trust you because I think I could trust you because you are someone who looks trustworthy to me because of my biases. The same way I'm like, you make me afraid, but I also have a desire to be around you and trust you and give myself up to you because you are still my mother. And then the same thing with Arlai. Arlai is like, oh, you are terrifying. When you really think about it, you have power to destroy me, so I need to get you first. But I need to destroy you first before you can destroy me. And I get that because I'm like, you have the power to break my heart over and over and over again. So I can't let you do that. So I'm gonna keep myself blocked off, make you think that I'm doing this and doing this and doing this, so I can secure what I have, so that you don't take that away from me because I have a need for this, dying for it. And that's just how the two are similar, or the two relationships are similar. I'm not able to find moments and events, but I can look between the deeper things and just take two characters and make them parallel to my own life.